Welcome back to the Weekend Roundup, everybody. Happy Sunday. I have a little treat for you all today because I'm going back into the vault and I have a really good story that I'm really excited to tell.
Cannot wait.
Because it's relevant, it's recent, there's some up and coming events happening that I think relate well to the story.
It's like an update. It's an update. It's not even a story. Like it's like
a story into an update.
Yeah. It's current. It's timely.
And honestly, I feel like we're just really spoiling everybody with all of these stories. Like,
we are.
It's just a little treat for everybody. You know, we're feeling generous season 2.
We really are.
So we really are digging into the vault. But before we get into my story, Mads, what's new with you?
What's new with me? I guess this is the first episode I can talk like openly. I'm openly single. I'm not hiding anymore.
Yeah, you feel free, liberated.
I feel free. I do.
It's great to get your truth out there.
Yeah. It's going. It's going. It's going.
Yeah.
Not
and
particularly in any
another
direction.
thing. Sorry to cut you off, but in relation to the breakup episode, which was posted today,
as of
our
right
time,
yeah.
we're living it. We're living in it.
I am living it. I'm a little stressed. If I'm on edge this episode, that's why.
But we're not probably going to talk about the breakup anymore, so we'll just say really quick that it went over fine with your ex and he was cool, and that's I guess that would be like our final update.
Yeah, that is the final update.
I know people would want to know
all the time. Yeah. He reached out and was like, "Hey, listen to the episode. I appreciate everything you said. I hope you're doing well." Kind of vibe, and I was like, "Yeah, back at you. Glad you liked it."
Yeah.
So that went well. I wasn't sure if it was. I was really nervous.
Book is closed.
Yeah, book is closed, and we're on to the next.
Do you have any next in line?
Well, just wait to hear this story that I'm about to tell you.
2 stories in one episode?
This
should be on the Patreon.
This is a mini. So, okay, the other day at the studio when we were recording, it was when we were recording the breakup app.
Okay.
Our producer, Jamie, was telling a story about how he was at an intersection. I'm not going to say which one, in Halifax. And
I have to be honest, I wasn't listening to this story
I think
at
you were
all.
in the bathroom, actually.
Okay.
I don't know. But he was saying how a homeless guy tried to break into his car or like get into his car when he was parked at a red light.
Okay.
Do you remember this? No?
No.
Okay. Well, and then Mark was saying how he was like, oh, the guy that looks like a male model or like he could be a male model. So I was like, interesting.
This guy at the intersection?
This guy at the intersection, this homeless guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Who was like asking for money.
Okay.
And then I was driving to my parents' house after we recorded, kind of forgot about it, went through the same intersection, and I see a beautiful man coming up to me asking for some change.
What did he look like?
Like he could be a male model. I mean,
yeah, I guess.
Like really stunning guy.
Okay.
And so he comes up to my window and I'm like, I have to give him money. We were just talking about him. So I'm like, here, I'm sorry. Like, I don't have any more. Cause like, I don't have change anymore ever. And he's like, oh my God, no worries at all.
Was he flirting with you?
Oh, you just wait. Okay. You just wait. He goes, I go, I like your shirt. Cause he had like painted something.
You told a homeless man that you liked his shirt?
Yeah. It was like handmade. Like he painted something on his shirt. Like I wasn't going to ignore it. Like, I don't know. It seemed kind of rude to ignore it. It was it was a cool shirt. Like, honestly, it was a cool shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he was like, thanks. I like your eyes. Okay. I was like, thanks. And he was like, but you're smarter than your eyes though, aren't you?
How old is he?
Like, he's older.
Like, how old?
I don't know. Like, what would you guys say? How old is he? Like, yeah, 30.
30?
I was going to say 30.
Okay.
And I was like, thank you. Have a great day. All that for 20 cents, baby. So that's how my life is going.
That was like a little drive-through. Oh, sorry, my ringer's on. That was like a little drive-through.
It's like a drive-through for your ego.
That's horrible. He's homeless.
Yeah, no, really bad. And I was like, okay. But yeah, so that was like the most action I've gotten in the past 2 weeks.
Okay, so the breakup's going really poorly for you.
The breakup's going okay. I mean, it's going.
It's hard to get back out there, you know, and if you can pay for someone to flirt with you a little bit, and sometimes you have to just access the resources around you.
If I had to give my Tim's tea money in order to get a compliment, I would.
We're really just finding romance in the most unlikely places, you and I. The Tim's guys.
The Tim's guys.
The guy at the intersection.
The guy at the intersection. If you live in Halifax, you literally probably know the intersection and you probably know the guy.
I have no idea. Can you tell me later? I'm going to drive through there after this.
No,
it's on
your way home, girl. It's
my
on your way
confidence is a
home.
little low today, so.
No, I was so excited about it though, because it's just like, I feel like it's the first step. Is like a random compliment from someone, you know, like it's the first step to
feeling better after a breakup.
Putting myself out there. I was like, you know what? I do have nice eyes. Thank you, sir. Have a good one.
I'll be back tomorrow with $5.
I like start driving through the intersection every day.
I think that's what you're gonna start doing.
Hey, sir. I'm like, oh, 1 sec. I'm like, how much for this?
How much for a compliment on my hair?
I like start getting dressed up. Brutal.
So have we tried like maybe Tinder? Maybe,
no,
like, have we
no,
downloaded
no.
any dating apps?
I mean, I don't know if I want to get a dating app. I don't like dating apps. It's never the move for me. I feel like the worst. It's always the worst.
It's honestly really hard to get back into dating when you haven't dated for like a while. I think I didn't really understand
2
that.
months.
Well, yeah, I know. You've been out of the game for a while. Things have changed out here.
Things have changed.
It's a whole new ball
generation.
Game. And last night I was watching a movie. It's actually a really good Valentine's Day movie. I thought it was really funny. It was How to Be Single with Rebel Wilson.
I love that movie.
I thought it was brand new. I didn't even realize.
I
was looking
really
at everyone's
movie.
clothes thinking this is a little 2016. So it wasn't 2016.
Yeah.
But I was watching that last night and I was thinking how... And I know it might not be in this or it'll be down the line in some episode, but I know that we did talk about like COVID anxiety in one of our advice questions, which I have no idea which episode that will end up on. But I was watching How to Be Single and they were at like this rooftop party and she was meeting people and running into guys and getting their numbers. And I was really, really envious of that because I was like, you don't just go out and run into someone and meet someone anymore.
Yeah, you can't.
And another girl in the movie, this is my review of How to Be Single. Welcome back to the movie corner. And there's a girl in the movie who was talking about like what she wants in a guy. Like she was like, the guy was like, oh, there's like 1 million men in New York and half of those are married and then like the other half is gay. Yeah, like that whole thing with another half is gay, another half like I want someone. She was saying like I want someone college educated, I want someone taller than me. I want like she was giving off all of her I guess credential or what she's looking for in a partner. And I was thinking to myself like that's kind of what dating has almost become in the pandemic because when I meet someone, I think I'm a lot more inclined to be interested in them if I met them in person rather if I saw their dating app because personality 100%. Is such a massive part of dating. And now because there is like rarely an opportunity to meet someone and like I'm at the point now with COVID and with everything being shut down that like I'm only going to go out on a date if I actually think that this is like I actually kind of like that person. I'm not just going on dates anymore.
Well, and that's the thing. Like it's not organic anymore. Like you're searching for something very specific. So like it's hard to even like decide if you like them because you're just like checking boxes.
That's
instead
what I've
of like just naturally meeting someone and being like, oh, this is a vibe.
I like your energy.
Like you don't have that.
Now when I'm swiping, it's like I have all these little boxes. When I'm swiping away. I have like certain things that I want in a partner and it's almost like I'm just checking off boxes. Like it's almost like job applications. Like I don't know. For me right now, and I know this is not very encouraging or fun to hear on a dating podcast, but I'm being real. I feel like the fun has been sucked out of dating a little bit just because honestly right now like the city is so stagnant, like nothing is
just
happening.
Looking out the window like
I miss when this was fun.
Where are the people?
Do any of you want to go on a date with me?
Hello out there. Freaking out.
But it's like like the fun has been like almost sucked out of dating a little bit because you can't just go out and meet someone or run into somebody. Like when I'm on Tinder or Hinge, it's like, do they match these credentials? No. Like next. Like I almost have no matches now because it's just like I have a very particular idea.
What if you left it up to fate a bit and just swiped right on everyone? Just to see what would happen.
I just don't know if I have the mental capacity for the messages I would receive.
True, but I also think it would make like kind of a funny Instagram post for us. Content.
I'll think about it.
And also like it is leaving it up to fate more if you do that. Like what if you match with someone and you have this really great conversation and you're like, okay, I do like their energy. I feel like it kind of brings the fun back a little.
I feel like you would just get so overrun though with like
It would be a full-time job. It would be.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. If somebody else wants to do it.
I mean, I am single now.
Yeah,
I'll take one for the team.
You do it. How about that?
I'm just saying.
That's
it could
on
make
your
it more fun.
job.
I just don't like dating apps in general.
No,
like,
I don't either.
For that reason. I just feel like I would rather
Me too.
run into someone.
And that's the thing too, is I also don't think that we need a dating app right now, is because we don't care enough to be with.
I'm not actively searching.
Yeah,
like I don't really have boxes I'm trying to check. Like I'm just kind of like whatever.
I don't care enough to like go out there and try to find someone, I guess, right now. But like also at the same time too, it's like my standards are so high as of right now. Like I feel like they really shifted since the end of season 1. Well, I know I said I went on like this whole like self-care journey over the break and like really got back to myself, and maybe that's why my standards all of a sudden got super fucking high.
That's definitely why.
Yeah, that's actually really why.
Actually
now that I'm saying
that's just why.
Yeah. I went on a self-care journey, but I actually stopped seeing my therapist for 2 months and took a little break. And so now when I start talking out loud, everything just turns into a therapy session.
That's fair. And also, like, we just do that.
Yeah.
I feel like when we talk on the podcast, it just, like, word vomit until we figure something out.
You talk it out until you figure out the answer.
Exactly.
This is very therapeutic for me.
It is.
But, yeah, so that's how I'm feeling about dating right now. And the reason I'm bringing up Tinder and dating apps and messages is because if you saw the Weekend Roundup story, you know the message I received on Tinder recently.
Read it.
Well, I think we should save it for the end.
True. It would be a nice little grand finale.
Grand finale.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is a good time to get into my story.
Take her away.
So for this story, we need to go back several years. Several years. We're talking context. High school.
Yeah.
High school. Yeah. We're starting the story off in high school. It's 12th grade.
It's 12th grade. I had my braces on and I was feeling stressed.
It's 12th grade. I'm in garage leggings and my hair is brown, but I say I'm blonde. And I don't know how to do my eyebrows yet.
I went to the football game with those gemstones on my face.
Oh, you know I did. I was Euphoria before Euphoria was a thing.
Euphoria has nothing on the Coachella 2016 chokehold.
Look, yeah,
like,
you're right.
For real.
So it was 12th grade and I was like, I want a boyfriend. I want someone to take to the semi-formal with me because that is the biggest thing happening in my life right now. And so I talked with one of my the semi. And so I was like talking with my friends about this, and one of my guy friends was like, he's been mentioned on here before, but I can't say his name or else it's going to give it away. But I
know now.
Yeah, I know. And he said, "Oh, I have this friend. I think he's your type because he's the only person who's taller than you out of everyone I know."
Your type at that point?
Taller than me, period.
Your list at this point? Small. You have one box to check. Is he taller than me?
I didn't care about anything else.
No, that's fair.
So he gave me the snap and we started Snapchatting.
You added him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We love a forward girl.
And we started, well, I had an agenda on my 12th grade year.
You were on a mission.
Get a bigger ass, get a boyfriend.
Honestly, all you care about in high school.
Oh, and I guess graduate.
Yeah. But is that really on the list?
And get into the Mount.
We're like, Dad, if you're listening.
Yeah, no, I'm joking. I'm totally joking. But so I started Snapchatting this guy and we talked for a little while, and it was just like, I had like a Snapchat crush on him because he was from another town. So I would have never, like, I never ever saw him. Like, he lived like
Snapchat
an hour away. Yeah. So he was my little Snapchat crush in 12th grade.
I miss a Snapchat crush.
Yeah.
Not me about to download
I
Snapchat
used to be
again.
stressed the absolute fuck out when I looked bad and I would have Snapchat because it was like you had to answer right away, but you looked like shit. Well, I looked like shit all the time in 12th grade, but I thought I looked cool. Looking back, it was she served no looks. Like, yes, girl, give us nothing.
Something.
Yeah, and it wasn't good.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, halfway through my grade 12 year, I ended up getting a boyfriend who lived in my town, so I kind of ended up talking to this guy. I do need to name him.
I'm so excited.
Can we do John?
No. John doesn't work for him, like, for the sins that he has committed.
Yeah.
He needs something, like, douchey.
Tyler?
Sure. Tyler works.
Tyler?
It's always the T names. It's always the T names that... Yeah, Trent, Tyler.
Travis.
There's a few.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll keep the trend going and we'll do Tyler.
Yeah. Next up is Travis.
Yeah. Trevor.
Can he be Trevor?
Do you want to make him? We can do Trevor.
I think he's a Trevor.
Okay, we'll do Trevor. So, Trevor and I, well, actually, we did kind of still Snapchat while I had my boyfriend, but it was just like Snapchat. Like, you know what it was like back in, what year did I graduate? Like 2017, 2018?
Yeah. It was like cash.
It was just, we were casually snapping.
You had a streak.
And then at one point, I think like my boyfriend in high school told me to stop Snapchatting him. So I was like, LOL, sure.
Sure, I'll stop.
LOL, sure, babes. And so, you know, a lot of time goes by. I've said on the podcast, I had a boyfriend for like grade 12, first year. And then I came back to second year single.
And this was a second year story.
It's a second year story because you know what? Second year Lauren, like last night, okay, I'm going to sound so insane on this podcast right now, but let me just stay with me, please.
Isn't that usual?
Yeah, I know, but this is a little wacky. So stay with me. My therapist does this thing with me, and it's like inner child work where it's like you almost like...
A lot of people do that.
Yeah, where you almost like talk to a younger version of yourself to try to heal trauma, and you like care for them like you wish you were cared for, whatever. And, you know, she's always telling me, you know, you have to be nicer to your younger self. Like, you need to be kinder to your inner child and, you know, nurture yourself. And the only person there for you is you, and you're too hard on yourself and whatever.
Sometimes I wonder if we get too personal.
I know. We do. And so last night, me and producer Brianna both of us actually had a talk with third year Lauren. And
second year on this.
Brianna came in. And we talked with her.
Sweetie.
She is the only person of the inner children of myself that we are allowed to be mean to because she needs to be humbled.
Wait, what?
She needs to be brought down a fucking level. We bullied her for like 40 minutes and we just talked about how I was...
Second year Lauren?
Second year Lauren.
I was bullied.
So cocky. I thought I was the hottest shit to step onto that campus. Like I've never been more confident or more obsessed with myself. But I mean, I don't know why, because my hair was horrific. I didn't know how to wear makeup at all. The outfits I was serving.
It was like 2019, like early 2020.
I know, but my God. Like,
no, it wasn't a good year for anyone. I honestly think second year is one of those years for everyone where it's like, what's going on? Like, you're trying to find yourself, your style. You think you've done it, but you haven't.
I don't think I knew what way was up and what way was down.
Something in second year.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know where I was, what I was doing, who I was. All I knew is that I was recently single and I wanted to have sex.
Relatable content. Relatable content.
Don't follow in my actions. Just chill the fuck out for a couple months after a breakup, or at least I should have. But so I'm newly 19 and newly single in Halifax, which is a horrible combination. So I was like, I want to go to the fucking Dome all the time. And
let's go get super dressed up, have a few drinks, and go to the Dome.
I'm putting on this white denim skirt, and I'm going to the motherfucking Dome.
We're catching the bus, and we're going to the Dome. This was like pre-Uber. Like we had to run down the hill at the mount. Like the literal mount.
This night, I got on the bus with the tiniest, shortest little white denim skirt and a black tank top that had a massive cutout for like your under boob. Like my boobs were out on the bus.
As they should be.
And you made me buy that shirt, actually. I bought it with you.
And it was just you and me going downtown this night, wasn't it?
It was a girls' night.
You know what? That was a freshly single shirt.
Yeah.
Can I borrow it?
Yeah. It's all yours.
Perfect.
It's the back of my closet. You can have it. And
me wearing it next episode. Like, hey guys. Everyone's like, we start getting crazy
like
numbers
falling
of views.
off of you. It would be hanging off. And so we went downtown and I went to the Dome. And
you can't even say it.
I went to the Dome. And I ran into this guy.
The Snapchat crush. Trev.
And I hadn't seen him since like high school. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, how are you? Like, it's good to see you or whatever. And we started talking. And then we...
Wait, why do I think my brother was there?
Because he was.
At the Roxbury?
No, we weren't.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
We did go to the Roxbury beforehand, and that's where I saw Trevor first. And he bought me a drink with all you guys. And then I was like, well, I'm going to the Dome. And he was like, well, I'm going to Ale House. And I was like, I'm 19 and I look like a whore. You will not catch me dead at Ale House. I'm going to the Dome.
Me choosing Ale House any day now.
No, now.
I like Ale House.
I would way rather go to Ale House. At the time, I was like, Dome or bust, baby. So I went to the Dome, and I was like,
Dome was home.
Yeah, Dome was home.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to the Dome, and he ended up coming without his friends. Like, he came alone, and he was getting me a drink at the bar, and I felt someone come up next to me and be like, who the fuck's this guy? And it was Maddie's older brother.
Yeah. Okay, I remember this now. I knew he was involved somehow. I was like...
Yeah, he was like grilling him, being like, how do you know Lauren? And stuff.
What a dirt.
And I was like, can you get the fuck out of here, please?
Yo, you're really killing my
Get
style
out of here
right now. Can you stop?
So we ended up going back to my apartment and hooking up that night. It was fine. Like, there's nothing really eventful from that to talk about.
I walked in on it.
But Maddie did walk in.
I did walk in on it trying to find my glasses.
That was the first time I've ever whipped out the full name. Like, that was the first time I was ever like, Madison!
I was like,
get out!
It's okay. I was looking for my glasses, so I didn't see anything. But like, it was like, I was like, sorry, just getting my bag. I was like, oh shit.
That's the worst.
All my stuff was in there though.
I know. So there's not too much to say on that. It was just a, 19-year-old hookup. So obviously it wasn't great.
The reuniting moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We had been talking for a long time. There's a lot behind this.
There's a lot of tension, a lot of build up.
I think I did a great job on my end, but that's all I can speak to.
Okay, whoa.
It wasn't a good
Trev.
It wasn't a good end, but I don't feel bad about saying that. Okay. We'll continue. And
I'm waiting for a main part. Did we see him at the Dome again?
Yeah. Can you shut up and let me tell my story?
Well, for some reason I thought this all happened in one night.
No, this is a long timeline.
Yeah, this is kind of a build up.
Yeah. So, but this does lead, this first hookup in my dorm room does lead to one of the worst hookup stories, or best, I don't know, stories of my life.
It's like a good story, but you probably wouldn't want to relive it.
You wouldn't. I don't want this to happen to anyone else, so I'm happy it happened to me, and I can now tell you.
It's like good content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have a podcast at this point, so at that time it was just sad.
It was just like, let's put it in the bag, pocket, and just wait it out.
So I lived in a 4-bedroom dorm with like a kitchen and a living room, and I had 3 other roommates, and one of my roommates that lived with me was my roommate Allie, and her boyfriend Danny had come back to the apartment with you. The 3 of you Ubered together back from the Dome. And when I was done having my moment, remember when we used to say that in season 1? We were having moments.
Yeah.
After Trevor and I were done with our moment, I came out to like get some water and a snack or something. And my room was right next to Allie's. Mm-hmm. And I guess Trevor was going to the bathroom in his underwear, and Danny came out of his girlfriend's dorm room and ran into him. Like, they literally bumped into each other on the way to the bathroom. And I think Danny was like elbows deep in some cheese nibs or something. Like, he was snacking away.
Okay.
And he bumps into him, and this poor Trevor guy goes, I'm just trying to go to the bathroom. And
no worries.
Danny just goes, oh, that's no issue. And then he called him like the wrong name. Like, he was like, oh, no issue, Tyler. No issue at all. Or like, no issue, Chad. Or said something, the total wrong name. And this guy was like, oh, and then he like kind of tried to like get around Danny, I think, to get to the bathroom.
That is awkward.
I know.
That is really awkward.
Which, it also wasn't even the name of some guy I was hooking up with. So, Danny, you really did me dirty on that one. Like,
Danny just picked Danny chose violence.
He screwed me.
Danny
really
was trying to start a fight.
And so after that, I didn't really talk with Trevor again, because I was like, it was fine.
There was no spark.
I wouldn't do it again, but whatever.
It was like, you're back on your bullshit. Yeah. That was just.
And so
that was the pilot of your single season.
Yeah. And so a couple months later, somehow you and I ended up in the Dome together alone again.
God forbid.
I know. And I ran into Trevor at the Dome again, where fate brought us back together. And
honestly, where magic happens.
And I see him because he had texted me that he was there and we were on our way. So I was like,
so you didn't really run into him?
Well, it was a little bit of a plan.
You ran
in.
Okay.
And so I was kind of like looking for him a little bit. And as soon as I saw him, I was like, oh, Trevor, hey, what's up? And he just doesn't even look like himself at all, right? So he stumbles over. You were standing directly next to me. Stumbles over and basically just falls into my mouth. Like basically just kind of collapsed on top of me.
A magnetic connection.
It was sloppy. I'm pretty sure I was looking at you with like help me eyes, and he was just.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I took a selfie.
I wonder how that sounds.
You guys in the back.
That was the first night.
That was the first night.
That was the very first night.
But that's for the roundup.
Yeah,
that's a funny pic.
Yeah,
do we have it?
Yep. Okay. You bet we do. Have a picture of me kissing someone in the dome.
Yeah.
And he just kind of like fell into my mouth, and it was kind of disgusting and sloppy and all over the place. And I was like, but I was also kind of drunk, so I was like kind of trying to make it work a little bit. But I was like, this is fucking what am I doing? Like, when you're out and something happens and it sobers you up, and you're just like,
more specifically, when you're making out with someone in the dome, and you're like, what am I doing?
I think I should go home.
It's honestly one of those realization moments. Like, that's when you decided that you like the ale house more than the dome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're like, what am I doing?
And there was like people around. Like, I was like, God, what the fuck is this? Like, this just doesn't need to be
It's
happening.
kind of like a rite of passage, though. Like, everyone needs to make out with someone in the dome.
Yeah. Have you?
In their second year.
Did you ever make out with anybody in the dome?
No comment. That's another episode.
If you're looking to take Maddie's makeout dome virginity, enter it in the question form.
I'm like, does anyone want to go to the dome this weekend?
And so I was like, okay, this is not fucking working at all for me. So I ended up just like kind of looking away and looking down at my phone to text Maddie. And it was like he didn't even notice that I had turned my face because he just kept making out with my cheek. And I think he thought someone was making out back with him, really.
Okay, that is not good.
No, I know.
That is not good.
So you were texting me, I'm in the bathroom. And I said, trust me, I'm on my way. So I pulled away and said, I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And then kind of just like, whoop, like jutted, like ran away from him.
Of course.
And ran into the bathroom. Now, if you don't know what the bathroom of the dome looks like, you've probably had a peaceful and well-rounded life. But the bathroom of the dome is like, there's a door, the woman's bathroom. There's a door, and then there's like a hallway, and you go around into the hallway.
Huge mirror.
And then, so it's almost like there's a hallway that you wait. After you open the door and you're inside the girls' restroom.
You have to stand in line for 30 minutes.
There's a really long line, and there's like a fake hallway almost that you're in.
Yeah.
So, but I knew Maddie was already in a stall, so I walked past the line. And I was like walking into the bathroom. So I guess I don't even know how to explain it, but I was well into the bathroom at this point. Like I've passed a line of girls. I passed the sinks, that big open sink area, and I was into the stalls section now, right?
Yeah.
And I turned around because I felt someone kind of like push up against me. And I was at the drunk point where I'm like, oh, bitches can't say excuse me. So I turn around. It's Trevor. Trevor has followed me into the girls' dome.
Not Trev.
Bathroom.
Like Trev making it all the way to the stalls.
That is what I'm saying. He got so deep into that bath. Did no one stop him? Girlies. I guess everyone had my back and thought we were going to get a little freaky in the bathroom.
Everyone probably thought like green stop sign vibes. Like,
yeah,
I want to see what's about to happen.
Yeah.
You know?
So I turned around and said, you cannot be in here. You need to leave. And he was like, why?
Because it's the girls' bathroom.
This is the girls' bathroom. And so he left, and I was...
It's a sacred place, Trev.
He left, and you were like, what the fuck is going on? And I said, I'm ready to go. Call your brother, who was not out drinking this night. This is several months later, mind you. And
my brother, let's just give a quick shout out to my brother for picking us up from the dome.
Anytime we need it.
Literally for like 4 years straight.
Yeah.
Like, whole university experience, especially before Uber, we never paid for a cab because my brother was always there. He drives a big red truck too, and we'd like, it was like our safe space. Like we would see the red truck at the end of the night, and we would be like,
everything's gonna be okay.
We're going home.
We're going home.
We are going.
It's like that scene in How Do We Go Home? I'm going home.
I don't know where the F that is. Yeah. No, like that's and he was always like so annoyed with us too.
Yeah.
Because we'd be
used to
play Lil Nas
yeah.
or like something annoying. Like
and also too, like he has this big truck and he drives really fast when he's going home.
Yeah,
so I used to like pass out in the back seat and it would feel like I was floating
You're
the
like
whole
on a
way
roller
home.
coaster, like
Because all the windows would be down and my hair would be going and we'd be like on the Bedford Highway and I'd feel like I was just flying all the way home.
It was just a whole,
I know.
Honestly, a fever dream.
I know.
I want to go out and ask
Me
Jake
too.
to pick us
I just
up.
want to go out
That's
so we
the
can go home.
I miss that feeling.
I want to go out so I can go home.
That is the best feeling when you're like so drunk and you're just done with the night and then your ride shows up.
But it's not a ride you paid for.
Yeah.
When an Uber shows up the whole time, I'm like, fuck, this is
And you're just
costing
like
me like
sitting
$1
there
every
awkwardly.
minute.
You're like trying to get that 5-star rating. Like, hey, how's your night going? Busy night? Yeah, I mean, it is Friday. That does make a lot of sense. Yeah. Like just
or you have the
trying so
designated
hard.
friend that sits in the front seat and is
Allie.
the PR person, which is
Allie.
Allie, because she will just talk and talk and talk and talk. Honestly,
I
our
don't even know
Uber
what
rating
she-
has probably gone down when we put Allie in the front seat.
We're like, Allie, you're in the back. If it's my account.
And we're putting a muzzle on you.
No, Allie, we love you.
No, I'm joking.
Allie, you're good at it.
And so I was like, okay, I'm done with this night. Text your brother, like, I want to go the fuck home. I'm so over this. And you said, okay, like, I think you had ran into some guys from high school that you knew, and you were like, well, they're outside the door. I texted them and said that Trevor's acting like a weirdo. Like, they said that they'll walk us to the door.
Yeah.
And which was very nice of them.
Honestly,
I don't know
too
I don't know who they were, but thank you.
I feel like I don't remember who it is, but I remember that happening.
Yeah, because I remember they were like huddled by the door. There was like 3 or 4 of them, and we came out and I went right in the middle and we all started walking and I felt my arm like getting pulled back like away and he was going like, Lauren, and Trevor was like yanking my arm back trying to get me out of this crowd, and I was pulling my arm back like, and this is not to make him sound like fucked or anything like that, aggressive. I think he was really drunk and he actually thought that like him and I were gonna go home together. Yeah, like he probably just didn't, you know what I mean?
Like he was
obviously very fucked up.
He was romanticizing the situation.
Yeah, like he was trying to be like, Lauren, come back to me. Like, and I was like, get the fuck. So we kept walking, and he's still trying to yank me back, and I'm just like pulling my arm away and going, and then eventually a security guard saw this and threw him out because can't be doing that. Can't be harassing people like that.
Yeah.
And so once he got thrown out, we were like, oh, well, we might as well wait inside until your brother gets here so we can stay warm. So we stayed inside for another like 10 minutes or something. And then when it was time to leave, we walked outside and
good old Trev.
We saw Trev with some cops and they were grilling him, like just saying,
I don't know what
he
he said
like
in those
this.
10 minutes.
I don't know why they were furious with him. And when he saw me come out, he ran away from the officers. He was running after me like, Lauren. And you and I were running to get away with him. But we ended up running into someone that you know.
Right. Who actually is also named Trevor.
Yeah.
Like they have the same name.
Yeah.
Not actually Trevor, but like the real name.
Trevor.
So I was like, Trev!
What's up? And you stopped to talk with your Trevor. And I was like, well, I'm being manhunted by my Trevor. Yeah. So do you think you could text your Trevor or something?
Yeah.
We could keep going.
I was like, Trev, I really got to go.
And I remember your Trev, my Trev.
Our Trevs.
Our Trevs. But your Trev was getting out of a car and you kind of had to stop for like half a second just to be like, hi.
Yeah.
And in that time, my Trevor was running after us and he ended up slipping on ice and fell. Do you not remember that?
I don't.
He fell in between us and your Trevor.
Oh.
He fell flat on the ground. And I had only met your friend Trevor like twice. I was like, hey,
we don't
to see you again.
We don't know who this is.
I don't know who that guy is.
Who is that guy?
And he stood up and was like, Lauren, are we going home together or not?
Cover blown.
And so Maddie was trying to talk with her Trevor. My Trevor's like struggling to get up from the ice on the ground and asking if we can go home together. And I kept saying, no, I think you should go home, whatever. And he was like, come on, I'm going to be way better than last time. Like, all
so
this
he
stuff.
knew.
And I was like, no. Like, it's not going to happen tonight. And so we get into the car.
The red truck.
And we drove away. And it was unfortunately at this time that I realized that I had been peed on in the dome during my makeout sesh with Trevor. He did urinate his pants onto me.
I mean, there's not much to say. There's not much to say after that.
What do you say to that?
You don't.
You know?
You don't. He peed on you.
These were my favorite jeans.
Does he even know that he peed on you? I don't
No.
think he would have known because you never told him.
No.
Like,
that's why I'm totally fine with this episode going out.
because he probably has no idea.
He has no fucking clue. He has
no
idea. I could be lying, but I wish I was. You know?
Yeah, because there was pee on you.
Because there was pee on me,
Yeah.
and there's several eyewitness accounts. So I did get my first golden shower at the Dome. And you know, as my icon Samantha Jones,
of course,
once said, "I'm a trisexual. I'll try anything once." And
that was it for you.
I'm not here to kink shame anybody, but it's definitely not for me. I do think people enjoy it like in the privacy of their own home who enjoy golden showers. The Dome is just a weird place for anything to happen, but definitely getting peed on is up there.
Where magic happens.
Where the magic happens.
Yeah.
So I get home. Obviously, I'm freaking the fuck out the whole drive home. Like, I'm thinking, like, can you get an STD through piss? Like, am I going to get, like, a disease because he peed on me? Like, I was freaking out. I love these jeans. I work at that coffee shop, so I can't afford to get another pair. This is my only pair of jeans.
The tips are not coming in.
Yeah, obviously, I'm not getting tips because I suck at making coffee.
It's not going well.
I have no money and now no jeans and a lot of piss to deal with. So when I got home, Allie and Danny were there already.
Allie and Danny just living this story with us.
No, I know. I actually, I need to talk to them about it before I post it, but I have so many funny pictures of me hanging out with them because I was truly traumatized when I got home. Like, they knew they had to spend a little time with me because I was on the verge of a breakdown.
Well, that's fair. You got peed on.
I got peed on. And so I'm hanging out with them. I have a lot of funny videos that I might post, and you can see in the videos that my makeup is gone from my nose down because it had been eaten off, licked
right off,
licked clean right across, left to right, one big swoop.
I'm not liking the visuals on this one.
People say I'm a good storyteller because I make them feel like they're there.
Yeah,
and it's not always a good thing.
No,
with great power,
I think in this
comes great responsibility.
Case, no.
So that was kind of the last I heard from Trevor for a while. He did blow my phone up that night, like blew it up, saying like, I remember like the school you went to, like maybe I'll just cab there and see you soon. Like, he completely forgot about the conversation that we had.
He was going to show up.
Yeah, he was saying like, oh, I'll just Uber there, you know, I'll see you, or cab there.
Yeah.
And blowing up my phone, calling me, texting, you're the best I ever had. I'll be better this time. Like, blah, 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 whatever. I ended up having Danny call him on my phone. And Danny just said, like, this is her boyfriend. But Danny's not that intimidating. So he was kind of like, I was
going to say, like,
he was kind of like, hey there, it's me, Lauren's boyfriend.
Danny's like a really nice guy.
Yeah, no. So, and then there was Trevor said, hey, and then Danny said, hey, this is Lauren's boyfriend. And then there was a long pause, and Trevor said, can you put your girlfriend on the phone then?
Can I just talk to your girlfriend really quick? Please.
She's the best I ever had.
I admire Trevor's...
Oh, yeah? Well, I pissed on your girlfriend tonight. Talk about marking your property.
His dedication, his...
Perseverance.
I mean,
if anything, it's a massive compliment to me and my work. Like,
can I talk to your girlfriend? That's like my favorite line. That's really funny.
Well, can you put your girlfriend on the phone then?
No.
And so we ended up just hanging up, and then I don't think I talked to or heard or even thought of Trevor, like, because after that would have been the pandemic.
Yeah.
And we went into our little pandy wandy, and then
never call it that.
I like to say it takes the, harshness off.
It's a little more fun.
It's more fun.
It's fun, fresh.
It's like, we went
flirty.
into this super fun thing called the pandy wandy.
So we were at no, I can't even say it.
No,
Next.
It's not your thing.
Next.
And a couple years later, I'm at one of my favorite locations for this podcast, which was Piper's Pub in Antigonish.
Mm-hmm.
The pub versus Le Pub.
Mm-hmm.
It's also been in Taking Accountability.
Yeah, we've talked about it a lot.
Yeah, so here's another one. So I was at the pub, and I saw his beady little fucking eyes staring at me from across the bar. And it was one of the first times, like, Piper's had been full since the pandemic, so it was this really fun night. And I saw him from across the way. I was like, fuck me. So I ended up leaving immediately.
You like go buy diapers and bring them back.
It was like I was already kind of done with the night. And when I saw that, I was like, that is my cue from the universe to leave.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah.
And when I got home, I got a text from him that said, I saw you tonight. Can we hook up? Basically. Like, it's very
Fair.
blunt.
Yeah.
And I just said, sure. And turned my phone off and went to sleep.
Okay.
Because
Fair.
I was home.
Fair.
And this, like, I just kind of felt like that was kind of funny. I mean, I thought
a little mean, but
it's a little mean,
it's
but
funny.
he peed on me.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, yeah, sure, we can hook up.
I like to get little revenge here and there.
Yeah.
Listen, I've never ever said that this was a mature podcast. I've never said that I'm a mature person.
I'm not claiming to be anything.
I'm a 21-year-old girl with a dating podcast. Like, I feel like almost everything I say is wildly immature.
Yeah.
We had an episode a couple days ago where I said revenge sex.
Yeah.
Like, I'm obviously a child. Like,
right.
so I'm not very mature.
This was your revenge turning your phone off.
Yeah, I think I was like 20 or something when this happened, like 19 or something. I don't know. And because I'm really mature now as a 21-year-old.
But like back when I was 20.
I was such a fool. And turned my phone off, went to sleep, woke up the next morning. Because in my head, I thought he would like wait around for an hour for an answer and be annoyed that I didn't answer. Like that was to the extent that I thought that would be a disservice to him. Because that kind of sucks when you're supposed to meet up with someone, they're not answering you.
Yeah.
That was my point.
Okay. What happened?
Well, when I woke up and turned my phone on, it actually exploded because he had messaged me probably 57 times, begging me to wake up, begging for me to open my door. I'm like
he was there.
Like he was there because.
And you're at your parents' house.
I'm at my parents' house in Antigonish because he said like, oh, I see your Bitmoji. Like I'll just head on over that way, which. I don't know if he actually did because legally I don't think I can say that if I'm not 100% sure that he showed up to my property. But he did say that he was going to walk there and that I should unlock my door.
Okay.
But I didn't because I was sleeping and the
you
door
know
was
what?
not unlocked. So
that just confirmed I'm not going to get Snapchat back.
Yeah.
You know, I had a little moment there where I was
turned
like, I should download Snapchat again. Yeah, no.
I turned my Snap Map off. Pretty
permanently after that.
Yeah. And so again, like I never really heard anything. And then he actually has decided to pop back into my life. So
we are up to date, baby.
And now you know where we're at. So let me go to my DMs. Oh, it's really unfortunate that I just recently blocked him. So let me just refer to the group chat. Not a very professional podcaster here, not having this.
Having to look at the screenshots in the group chat. A classic.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he sent me a DM probably, let's see when this was.
And you hadn't talked.
Probably about a month ago.
And you hadn't talked up until a month ago.
No. The last time we would have talked would have been summer 2020 when I was like, yeah, if you want to come over, sure. And then I turned my phone off, you know?
Okay, so 2022, he decides to make a re-entrance into your life.
Yeah. And I don't really get it. Odds you are actually not totally against me and want something to do tomorrow night. I'm in the city by myself. LOL. Which I don't really get what he's trying to say. The odds you're not totally against me.
Like, I think he's trying to say, like, hey, I'm sorry I peed on you.
Yeah.
Can we hang out again?
Yeah. I would have appreciated that message probably a little bit more.
Yeah. I think that's what he's getting at. But also hard to admit.
Yeah, hard
thing
to say.
Like, I probably wouldn't be like, hey, sorry I peed on you. I just wouldn't pee on someone.
You don't want to put that in text.
Yeah, like, you don't want that written
because
down. You don't want
what
a
if
paper
some
trail.
psychopath, like, read your DMs on their podcast or something and you're admitting to that.
Exactly.
You know?
You can't give this girl the receipts.
You can't tell me anything because I tell everyone.
Yeah.
So and he had also been like liking all of my Instagram. You know when guys
the
do
classic.
That. He would like all of them, unlike them, re-like them again, and just kept going. So I said, I appreciate the Instagram engagement, but I'm going to say no to that.
Fair.
And he didn't answer that, which fair. 3 days ago. he sent me a video to my Instagram DMs, which was
Okay.
just not the notification I wanted to receive.
Can we talk about the fear of getting like a photo or a video on
Sent to
Instagram on like a DM because you can't see it at all. You
No.
You have no idea what it is. You're like, I don't want to open it.
Mm-mm.
It's like literally like a surprise, like
Yeah.
like a terrifying surprise.
I thought it was going to be a video of him peeing. Like, I didn't know.
I mean, yeah, for real.
So I don't even know what the goal was here, but so it's a screen recording of his home phone, like his home screen on his phone.
Right.
And you can see like all of his apps. I'm going to try to describe it, but if we can put it up on the video on YouTube, then we'll do that. But I'm going to describe it best I can. So it's a screen recording of his homepage. He clicks on his social folder and clicks on Tinder. Now, what we see here, everybody, is his Tinder like searching to find people. And it says, "We've run out of potential matches in your area.
He's run out of swipes.
Go global and see people around." Then it clicks onto then he goes into his messages and he clicks on likes sent. So he has, well, it says 0 likes because it says nobody's liked him yet. And then it says the likes that he sent. So he has Tinder Pro and it shows you, I guess, because I've never had it, who you've liked on Tinder. So it says likes sent. So now I see the list of all the girls that he has sent super likes to in the past 7 days.
Open book.
It's an extraordinary list. These girls are, and I can see their profile pictures, are so out of his league. Like, all these girls are so hot.
Gorgeous.
The youngest one is 18, so that is a concern. Girl, don't answer. Olivia and Aaliyah. Don't match with Trevor. But on those likes sent, there is me. And he clicks on my profile on the screen recording and then just shows me my profile, goes through all the pictures.
Don't you think this is just like, why is he sending you this? Like, you can do this on your own time. I feel like it's one of those unwritten things. Like, I feel like it's like having dating apps. You don't just go on them and send the person that you're like seeing. I don't know. It's just a weird move. Like, I don't understand the motive.
And so that was the video that I watched. And then this is the message I got. Oh, gosh.
Not him just going through your profile and sending
He was just looking through it.
He's like,
And that
just
was
wanted
the video.
to let you know.
And then he said the text.
When you just can't wait to match.
He's so excited.
Like, he's like,
he's probably listened to the podcast and heard me say, like, I
he
don't
just
go
like
on Tinder.
knows. He just knows that you're not going to match with him, though. It's kind of sad.
So then the message that he went with this video was, "I am willing to pay you money for round 2 this weekend."
How much? How much, Trev?
Do you want to be a sponsorship on the podcast? Because you can email Mark.
We're like, you can sponsor this episode today.
And my response to that was, "Trevor, this is simply down bad behavior. I don't recommend using this on any other girl ever again."
Fair enough.
Because what the fuck?
He's like, please. Like, he's literally
begging.
Yeah, like pimping you out.
Yep. And we're not done. So then I never went on Tinder for a couple days after this because talk about disturbing. And then I did go on Tinder. And I, of course, had my super like from Trevor waiting for me when I got there. And Tinder has this new thing that when you super like someone, because I think you have to pay now to super like someone. You used to get like 1 a day.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like a deluxe feature or something. And then you can also pay to send them a swipe note. So they can send you a message.
Tinder has changed.
Yeah.
It has been a minute for me. I did not know you could do that.
So you can send someone a swipe note when you super like them.
Okay.
That has a message. So you can send them a message before you match with them. Normally they're like, "You're so beautiful," or like, "Oh, let me take you on," like something like that, right? This is what Trevor sent me. "In the big city tomorrow night, looking for a butt buddy. You've been there with me before. Round 2 is what I want."
I repeat my question. How much, Trevor?
How much money?
How much money?
How much money are we talking here?
Because, wow.
I was thinking about this because my friends were saying to me. Honestly, I don't know why. But my friends were saying, like, why don't you, Lauren? Like, he seems really into you. You never want nice guys, Lauren. You never want guys who like you back.
Yo, he's trying to pimp me out.
Yo, he has tried to pimp me out.
He has peed on me.
He has peed on me. He has stalked my house. Like, I'm pretty sure
the odds are
this
just
is
not
the wrong
in his
guy.
favor.
Like,
I can make a pretty good bet he's not the one.
I don't think he is.
I don't think he is either. I'll back you up on that one. I don't
Thanks.
think. I mean, I've witnessed far too much. Walking in
of
on
our
you guys.
relationship.
And yeah, I don't think he's the one. I think he needs to stop.
It's really embarrassing.
Can we just like go through that message word by word?
Yeah, we can
almost,
say
like,
it again. We can say it again.
Big city, Halifax.
In the city, well, I am dyslexic, so sometimes I like to put in imaginary words. So it says, in the city tomorrow night, looking for a butt buddy. B-U-T-T, butt.
Okay.
Buddy, comma. You've been there before with me. Shrug emoji.
Not
Round 2 is what I want. Heart eyes. From Trevor. It's signed off, too, so.
He signed it. Pour one out for Trevor.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. I mean,
Trevor's
I think we
having a
just
rough go.
need to, like, sit with this one for a minute. Like, it's been a long
history. For
history.
itself. Like, we do a lot of talking on this podcast. That one speaks for
Sometimes
itself.
you need silence.
Yeah, there's no reason for me to say anything because you're already thinking it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like.
We all know.
We all know.
Everything can be brought back to the golden shower at the Dome, you know? Here's the thing, too. I really like the chase. You know, I do like the chase. And my friends have often told me that I enjoy chasing more than I enjoy to be chased.
This isn't being chased.
This is being harassed.
This is harassment.
Stalked.
This isn't normal.
And
like,
hunted down.
I think, like, it's weird. Like, I don't know. I don't know where his head's at, what his motives are. Like, I don't know why he thinks this is going to be effective. I almost feel like he wants an episode. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, he's trying. Like, for me, it didn't even, like, it doesn't go back to the golden shower for me. Because I'm like, okay, I get it. He was really drunk. Like, obviously, he just, like.
Let one go by mistake.
Like, he had a bad night. But now, it's like, what are we doing, Trev? What are we doing? Like, I want to, like, sit down and talk to him. Like, be like, what is...
I just wonder if he actually thought that would work. Like, is there any part in his brain where he sees this working out, where he sees him and I hooking up this weekend?
He is willing
to pay.
And that, like, he paid for the message, so that, like, honestly verifies it for me.
That he has money.
He has the money that he's willing to spend it. I mean, I'm not saying you should do it for money, but
I mean, we could get some new chairs.
I would like a new soft, comfy
we could get
chair. We were talking about mic stands earlier.
We could do mic stand.
Next episode, if we come in with mic stands.
I mean, you are pursuing me a little bit for the
I'm just saying.
If next episode there's some mic stands, then
just know it's sponsored by Trev.
This one's brought to you by Trev. Just kidding. I'm not telling myself. And it's also like, I just think, here's the thing, another thing, and this goes a little bit deeper than what he is getting at, and I don't necessarily think this is his intentions, but just an overall message. When anyone, more specifically a girl, but when anyone tells you no, it's not an opportunity for you to change their mind.
No, it's so weird. It's so weird. And it's like, it's such a grand issue, I feel like, especially in university. Like, where people think it's okay to just constantly harass people.
To sleep with them.
And it's like, not only is it weird and it makes you look bad, it's like, it's so uncomfortable.
It's just not
the
okay.
person who, like, it's so weird. Like, it's literally harassment.
It makes, like, I know I'm laughing about it, and it is funny. Like, this is a funny story.
Yeah, we make it funny or whatever, but it's serious. It's a serious thing.
Don't, like, on a real note, like, I don't need to, like, get super deep, because I know that everyone who listens knows that you can't just change someone's mind or bribe someone into sleeping with you obviously we all know that we're educated,
like
smart
we're making jokes. We're
people.
like, yeah.
We are making jokes about it because I'm not going to go.
Yeah. But like definitely don't go if this happens to you.
Like I said, someone saying no is not your
An
opportunity to change their mind. You can't bribe someone. You can't harass. You can't keep asking someone to hook up with you. Oh, I'm in the city. I got this hotel room. Da 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 da. That is, no, you can't do that.
So weird.
Why do you want to sleep with someone who doesn't want to sleep with you?
Yeah.
Why do you want to convince someone to sleep with you?
It's weird.
One of the best parts of having sex and sleeping with people is that human desire to feel desire.
They want to be there.
They want to be there. They
Like,
want to be having sex
simply
with you.
Their two like bare minimums.
Yeah.
Is consent.
That's like the best part of sex is, well, consent.
Yeah.
You know? But also like, oh, like this person wants me. I want them. There's a desire. There's a connection. They, you know, they're attracted to me in this moment. They want just, you know what I mean? Like that's the great part about sex is that human desire, wanting to be desired, wanting connection. So why are you begging this girl that you hooked up with when you were 19 to come fuck you in a hotel for money? Do I also look like somebody who is going to fuck someone in a hotel for money? No.
You look like someone who's about to talk about it on their podcast.
You know I am. Like, actually, like, I know this is all funny, but at the end of the day, like, fuck off. You know?
Seriously.
Like, fuck off.
Well, it's like, what do you even do in that situation? Like, maybe we should give advice because I feel like it's more likely that people listening would go through what you're going through and not what he's going through.
Well, yeah, I mean, I really hope.
Like you blocked him on everything.
Yeah,
like,
so I
number
did.
one step.
I did block him on everything. One thing that I would change is just being a lot more firm. Like, because I was trying to be nice because I've known him for a while, and you know, I never want to hurt anyone's feelings, especially someone that I've like.
Yeah,
you know,
sometimes you can't be nice. Sometimes, like you can't be nice, especially when it gets to the point where like it feels like they're harassing you and you're like uncomfortable.
Well, yeah, so that's kind of like why my mind changed about it, because you shouldn't be afraid to be blunt with someone, because being blunt and like saying how you feel is not being rude. Like I should have just said from the beginning, no, stop contacting me, like whatever. That doesn't mean that he should have continued going on with what he said, but like,
no, of course,
just don't be afraid to be blunt with someone if they are just not getting the message,
getting the hint.
He's been blocked on everything, and the reason I decided to block him is because that last message grossed me out, because I was kind of like, well, what's gonna happen if I like see you downtown? Like, are you gonna come up to me and do the same thing and start begging,
grab my arm
and harassing
and, like, try to,
me,
like, pee on me and
grabbing my arm and pissing on me downtown?
What's gonna go on?
You know, which I highly, highly don't recommend if you are listening. If you see me to do that, because it's not gonna, it won't go well in your favor.
We will call the police. Honestly,
yeah.
And that's not even an exaggeration.
You're gonna be walking away with a lot more than just some piss in your pants, buddy. But yeah, that is my story.
And a story it was.
So obviously, you know, getting back into the dating world is harder than it looks.
It's not going well for either of us.
No, not really.
You had your whole self-care moment, and now you're like,
you had your whole boyfriend 2-second moment,
and it's just not it right now. But you know what? I think that's important for us to talk about on the podcast too, that we're not always pulling. We are not always pulling. There are
I'm actually never pulling.
Yeah, I was gonna say, actually, it's been a minute. It has been a minute.
Well, that's the thing too. Dating is like
waves.
Up and down.
Yeah, exactly.
Up and down. Like you go through phases where it's like, oh, I love dating. I want to be out dating. I want to be out meeting new people.
And then other times you're like, fuck this.
Don't want to do that.
I am over it.
Also, probably goes along with libido. Is that how you say it? Like your sex drive?
Yeah.
Because that's another thing too. Like that I would want to talk about more on the podcast too, is that your like sex drive goes up and down, and it goes through waves. Because the first time that I like had like my like a low sex drive, I was like, what the fuck is going on? I actually went to my doctor.
You're like, I think I'm dying.
And I was like, something's going on. My organs are shutting down because I don't want to have sex anymore.
They're like, yo, that's
And
fine.
she was trying to explain that, you know, libido goes up and down, especially when a person is mentally ill.
Relatable.
Like
relatable
ourselves.
content.
And it true also too with like medication can make your libido go up and down. So that's another totally normal thing if you're just not
not
vibing. Like, you know, I'm personally really not vibing sex right now after talking about my golden shower experience. I think I'm maybe gonna.
Yeah, you know what? I think I might take some time off after that one.
Take a little time off.
I definitely need at least a little bit.
Yeah. So, if you're also going through a dry dating patch, then we're all in it together.
We're in it together. And if you're not, good for you.
You know
Go
what?
Get them.
It's hard to see others living your dream.
It's hard to see others living
I am
your dream.
proud of you guys. So
I really hope you have a great day.
Hope you're enjoying that. But yeah, that's all we have for you this Sunday.
Jeez.
And
a Sunday it was.
And a Sunday it was. You know what? I'm just gonna stop talking now. But make sure you subscribe, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, rate on Spotify. You can rate and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. If you're watching on YouTube, you can like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell button.
Comment too. Leave us some love.
Give us a little comment. Let us know. Have you ever had a golden shower? Comment down below.
Like, just share all your trauma in the comments. Honestly, I would like to know people's like horror stories like that, because like I think it happens a lot and people don't talk about it. I mean, they do, but like just like being harassed. Everyone's been harassed. Like every girl that I know, I feel like at least once.
This is just one story too.
Yeah, this is just one story.
Have a lot.
I have a few.
Yeah.
So definitely comment that below on YouTube or whatever.
Know.
Let us know. Even
also,
leave it in our question form.
I was just gonna
anonymous.
Go ahead.
Yeah, leave a question, advice, your horror stories, anything really you'd like to tell us if you don't want to tell us publicly or like in our DMs. You can also DM us too, but
DM us on our Instagram at The Weekend Roundup,
which you can also follow.
You can follow that. Also, same on TikTok.
We are TikToking now.
And with all that being said, the only thing left to say is talk soon. Thanks so much for watching this episode of The Weekend Roundup. Be sure to like, subscribe, and press the bell button. Talk soon.